What's going on, YouTube? Back again with another great video, and today we are going to be installing the boost gauges and the boost controller on the 350Z. What we have right here is a whole bunch of the parts right here that we're going to be using. We have the Protex boost controller for the glow shift. Complemented with it is the tripod for the 350Z that we'll be putting in. Actually, nonsense of coloring crayon wiring. So let's go ahead and get started. Got a lot to do. We're also going to be putting on the oil cooler for the motor, but that should not take us that long. But let's go ahead and get started with that first. Perfect. Got to leave time for fault and error. Oh, wait. I might have got it, so hold on. Alright guys, we went ahead and stopped recording to get all the wiring stuff situated. So we got the glow, I guess the wiring harness. It goes all the way down to here, which is our sensor for the AFR. We have it connected right here. Trying to get everything sorted out before we actually start tearing apart the car and getting confused and frustrated. We have our gauges right here. This is the boost gauge, and we figured out where all the wiring is gonna go. So now we're about to go ahead and start tearing this thing apart and plugging everything in and drilling holes and whatnot. All right guys, so we did drill a hole. We drilled one right here. It's in here in the middle. Let me see if I can. It's really hard to see in here because obviously it's very dark, but there is a hole here, and we got it drilled out, and we put it to the test. Put a hole in here, which was so sad. I hate putting holes in cars, but we got the wire right here. And so here goes the wire I was talking about. You guys can really see the hole. It's very hard to try to get the camera to aim it there, but we got the wire sticking out now. We're gonna go ahead and stuff the other wires in the control box. I'm sorry I can't really explain too much about what's going on with the boost gauge. It's really hard to explain wiring in general, and it would probably take me hours, because it did take us hours to figure out where everything was gonna go, how we're gonna position it. But yep, we got everything in here now. So next, we're gonna just stuff in all the wires, and I'll show you guys the next step, and we'll try to reroute everything up here for the pillar. All right guys, moment of truth. We got one. Yes sir, we got one. It's so dark, I know you guys can't see it, can't see the words that are in it, but yep, we got one. Oh man, should I put this in here? The next day. All right, we are back at it again. We got a lot of stuff done, but we have a lot of stuff to undo. So all the gauges actually do work and are pretty much wired up. So the problem is now that we're having obviously is that we have this big pile of spaghetti right here. So we need to take all the wires that we have attached and pretty much clean it up, fasten it so it's a lot less congested and is neat, so it is able to fit up here onto the pillar where we've also put a hole in. I wish I could, I don't know what's going on with the camera, but yes, so we can get it in that hole, and once we get it into that hole and put it up here, it can actually sit flush, which has been our problem this entire time. But I'm gonna go ahead and like turn on the car, at least to the accessory position, so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Once you turn this on, as you can see, all the gauges do work. We've got our oil temp, we've got our boost, and we've got our wideband. So everything does work now. We also had to take apart the radio here to plug in some of these fuses. So in the 350Z, which is a lot easier to do than in the G35, there is a illumination light that comes with the glow shift kit, where when you turn on your headlight, it dims the light down. So the radio has the same thing from OEM. I have an aftermarket radio, and pretty much what you do is that you're gonna splice this red and blue wire that is on the harness. Let's see if I can find it and tap it, and that's what it's tapped there in that orange wire right there. And once you do that, you're able to have this dim when you're pretty much putting on your headlights. I will show you guys more in detail how to do it when I can actually have both of my hands to show you with the headlights on and off. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clean up this wire harness and try to finish this up. Annoying thing that I did accidentally do is accidentally push the clutch down while working on the car. So now this is fully extended, which is gonna be a pain in the half. I really do not want to bleed anything on the car, so I'm gonna try to force it down with like a C-clamp, a really big C-clamp, to get it back down to regular height without having to do a bleed on the clutch. That would be very, very, very annoying. All right, the next thing you guys are gonna see is a time lapse of me trying to clean up this horrible mess we got here we call wiring. All right, we are almost done. We got the tripod finally in. It's sitting right here. So I'm gonna show you guys what it is like. I put back together the radio, which is really easy, like I told y'all before. We still have a bunch of wiring down there that we have to tuck, which should not be too bad. And all of them just turn on like so. So this last one, the wideband, it needs to calibrate, but since it's not plugged into anything and the car's not running, it's going to, in a few seconds, you'll see here, ride itself all the way up to 20, trying to figure out where it's at and stuff like that. Also, the oil temp is not calibrated either, so we'll be doing that as well. And as you can see, this is just moved. The boost controller is a really simple analog. It just reads it by vacuum line. So if you even if you use your own mouth and push your own air pressure through it, it'll move a little bit. So we know that's working for sure. But these two we'll figure out as time goes on with the boost kit. We also have illumination where it dimmers when you put the headlights on like so. See, you got darker. You turn it back off. Got darker, off, darker, off. It doesn't look like a big difference on you guys' screen, but it is a huge difference on mine. So that is a really good feature it has as well. Other than that, we are good. And that's pretty much it for this gauge pod, boost gauges install. So we're gonna go ahead and pretty much put everything and try to clean this up as much as possible. For sure, we're gonna clean this up and have this where you can't see it anymore. So let's go ahead and clean that up and I'll come right back to you guys. All right, everything is officially cleaned up as best as could. Not like a deep vacuum or anything like that. Seal back in like nothing ever happened, guys. This took a really long time. This video is probably gonna be about 10 minutes, but this took a total of 20 working hours to get right. There were so many different problems that were off camera. For example, the freaking radio fuse pop, which controlled a lot of the functions that we had here. Then it went from the radio fuse to the mirror fuse popping. But we finally got everything through. Everything's looking okay. It's looking decent. And I'm happy about the outcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video of me and this clapped out Z, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will check you guys out in the next one. Peace out. This is a happy end, 'cause you don't understand everything you have done. Why is everything so wrong? This is a happy end. Come and